for me, when I'm thinking about high quality reading comprehension instruction, it's helpful for me to organize it around a before, during, and after reading sequence. So I can think about what am I going to do to support the reader before, and then while they're reading, what kind of sort of supports or checks am I going to have in place? And then after reading, how am I going to help them to consolidate this information? And so if I'm thinking about those learning sciences before reading, it's really helpful, I think, to develop a motivation for reading. And so, whether that's the students come up with a question that they want to answer in the text, or you present a question, a purpose for reading. And so I think the first thing is to generate interest in the topic, and then to make connections to what they've learned previously, because we're trying to accumulate knowledge, right? And I think to do that, supporting vocabulary can be very helpful. So teaching those words that have are critical to the conceptual understanding of the text. And then during reading, I really like engaging students in cooperative learning opportunities so that they're reading with peers, whether it's a partner or a small group, and that we want them to engage in discourse. And so posing questions to them throughout the text that will generate not just literal understanding of the text, but also starting to make connections between texts or between the text and their life, I think is important. And then after reading, I think we want, further discussion. I think discussion can be a vehicle for sense making and meaning making and getting feedback, right? Discussion prompts active engagement, right? I'm more likely to engage deeply with the text, to read and to reread when I'm, going to have to talk to Susan about it afterwards.
Right.
And then the last thing, I think we've underestimated the value of writing in supporting reading comprehension. And so in the sort of work that I'm doing, I'm trying to integrate more opportunities for structured writing, because we know that reading and writing rely on a lot of the same language processes, and writing supports the consolidation of knowledge. Like, I don't really fully understand something until I write about it.
Yeah.
That's when I think of high quality reading comprehension instruction, I think of before, during, and after. I think of students doing most of the work. They're engaged in discussion and writing. So you can see a big focus on language.